Hello, and welcome to lesson 4 on binomial expansion. In this lesson, we shall be looking at binomial expansion for rational powers. Now, the theorem extends to 1 plus x to the power n, where n is rational, not necessarily integer, but the series becomes infinite unless n is a non-negative integer. Now, so for 1 plus x to the power n in our previous video, we had a last term x to the power n. But for a rational exponent, where the exponent is not a non-negative integer, then the series becomes infinite. For example, we have 1 plus 2x all in a square root. We have to expand up to x to the power 3. So let me add a new page here. So we have to expand 1 plus 2x all in a square root. Okay. Now we know that this expression here can be written as 1 plus 2x all to the power half. Now, since this is in the special case form, then we can see that this is in the form 1 plus x to the power n is equal to 1 plus nx plus n minus 1 all on 2 factorial x squared plus n minus 1 n minus 2 all on 3 factorial. We have x cubed. Okay, in fact we need up to the x cubed, so we need only this. So by comparison, we can see that 1 is same as 1, and then our x, so let's say our x in this case is 2x, and n is 1 on 2. So by substitution, we can see that 1 plus 2x all to the power half, okay, is going to be equal to, now we have 1 plus, our n here is half, and our x is 2x, plus n is half, then we have half minus 1, our x is 2x, power 2, we have this on 2 factorial, then we also have the fourth term to be half, we have a half minus 1, and then we also have a half minus 2, and then we have our x to be 2x all to the power 3, all of this on 3 factorial. Now there are other terms that we cannot list all, but we need up to x to the power 3. So by simplification, this is going to give us 1 plus, we know a 2 divides itself 1 and divides that 1. So 2 divides this 1 and divides that 1. So we have only x plus. Now coming here, let's take our time. Stay with me. We have a half, and then we have a half minus 1 to give us a minus half. Okay, and then we have this to be 4x squared all on 2 factorial is giving us 2 plus, now this will be half, stay with me, and half minus a 1 is a minus 1 on 2, and then we have a half minus a 2 giving us a minus 3 on 2. Okay, take your time and do that. Okay, and then we have this to be 8 to the power 8x to the power 3. All of this on 3 factorial gives us a 6. Now plus the other terms that we cannot list. Now this is equal to 1 plus x. Now let's simplify this slowly. Okay, I think we're going to have a negative. So we're going to have this and this to give us a negative 1 on 4. Okay, and we have a 4x squared, all of this on 2 plus, now since we have a negative and a negative, we have a positive. So multiplying the numerators will give us a 3, all on the denominator is a 2 by 2 by 2, which is 8. Okay, all multiplying 8s cubed, all on 6 plus the other things. Now this will continue to give us 1 plus x. Now we have this to be a 4 divides itself with 1 and divides this a 1. So leaving us with a minus x squared all on 2 plus, now 8 divides itself 1 and divides this 1 time, leaving us with 3x cubed all on 6 plus the other things. Now I think we have a simplification to do here. So this will simplify to give us 1 plus x minus x squared all on 2, and 3 divides itself a 1 and divides this a 2 to leave us with x cubed all on 2 plus the other things. Okay, so we have been able to expand this up to the exponent 3. Okay, so that is exactly what we have here as 1 plus x minus 1 on 2 x squared minus 1 on 2 x squared plus 1 on 2 x cubed plus the other things. Okay, now let's check the next one. We have this to be a cube root. So a cube root of 1 minus 3x, we need up to the third power. Okay, so let's add a new page here. Now here we have a cube root of 1 minus 3x. And we know a cube root is going to give us a 1 minus 3x all to the power 1 on 3. Okay, so take your time and stay with me here. Use the same expression, okay, that we know to be 1 plus x to the power n, which is equal to 1 plus nx plus n minus 1 all on 2 factorial x squared plus n minus 1, okay, n minus 2 all on 3 factorial and then x cubed. Okay, we need up to power 3, so this is okay. By comparison to this, 1 is same as 1, but here our x we see should be equal to a minus 3x. Now remember, a negative, this means we have a 1 plus a negative 3x all on 1 on 3. So take note of this. So the whole of our x is negative 3x. Our n in this case is 1 on 3. So let's do the substitution. So we have 1 minus 3x all to the power 1 on 3 will expand approximately, okay, will expand approximately, so all of this is approximate because you are not getting all the terms. Approximately 1, okay, and we have plus, n is 1 on 3, our x is minus 3x, plus we have 1 on 3, we have a 1 on 3 minus 1, all on 2 factorial, and now we have our x to be 3x squared, plus we have 1/3, we have 1 on 3 minus 1, we have 1 on 3 minus 2, okay, now we have our x minus 3x all on 3, and we have a denominator of 3 factorial. Other things that we are not listing. Okay, now this is approximately 1, and then we know 3 can divide itself 1 and divide 3 one time, giving us a negative x. Be careful with negatives. Okay, now here let's take our time. We have 1 on 3, and then a 1 on 3 minus a 1. Okay, this is going to give us a negative 2 on 3. Okay, a negative 2 on 3. Good. And so here we have this to be 3 squared, which is 9, and then we have x squared all on 2 factorial is 2, plus here here we have 1 on 3. Now we have 1 on 3 minus 1, giving us a minus 2 on 3. Okay, and then you have a 1 on 3 minus a 2 to give us a minus 5 on 3. Take your time and do that. Okay, now this is going to give us a negative. We have a negative here, don't forget that. Very silly negatives, yeah. So negative 3x, okay, all to the power 3, yeah, all on 3 factorial is 6, plus dot, yeah. Okay, now this will give us a 1 minus x. Now here we have a negative, because you're going to have this to be a negative 2 on 3 by 3 is a 9, multiplying 9x squared, okay, all on 2 for 2, okay, plus, here we have negative, okay, yeah. Now here we could have had this to be, we could have simplified this to be a negative 27, yes, because negative 3, yeah, so that's negative 27x cubed, yeah, okay, good. So that this expression here will multiply, since it is a negative, we're going to have this to be a negative, okay, and the numerators will give us a negative 10, and the denominators will be 3 by 3 by 3 to give us a 27, multiplying 27x cubed, all on 6. Okay, stay with me, don't go anywhere. We have 1 minus x. Now this divides itself 1, divides that 1. Okay, so we have a negative 2. Okay, we have a negative 2 x squared, all on 2. We have a minus. Now this divides itself 1 and divides that 1. The minus 10x cubed, all on 6, plus other things. So let's finish it up. 1 minus x. This divides to give us minus x squared, minus. Now 2 divides us 3, and 2 divides us 5. So we have 5x cubed, all on 3, plus other things. Okay, I'll pause this video here, and we'll continue on the discussion in the next video. Thank you very much.